Morning, everyone. Nubkeks here. Welcome back to Nub Raids, where we have the Halloween path live in the game. I'm a little bit late, well, maybe an hour or so covering this. It's Bank Holiday Monday here in Ireland after the daylight savings time switch, so I'm running a slight bit late, a bit lazy, but that's okay. We have the heroes path. This one, of course, uh, past some keys in the center. We have fragments for the epic. That's part of the Sanguine Maria fusion. 50 actually mythical relics down here, mythical relic fragments, I should say. And then the left hand side, as we can see, we've got a Raphael soul and avatar, and on the right hand side, an April soul and avatar. So let's break it down. Let's see what we have to do. For the cost of this, it's looking fairly similar to usual, I would say. Yeah, let me double check what the cost of this compares to previous paths. Okay, yeah, so if we compare it to the Orc path, which was the one for Crowcad, Soul, and Packmaster Shayak, we can see that the getting artifacts and accessories is unchanged, but primal shards are better for this particular path. It, Typically, it's 1800 per primal. This time, it's 2700. So the primals are slightly boosted in value. I mean, I would be expecting a 2x for primals for mythicals soon. Probably towards the end of November with Black Friday or around Christmas, end of December. We're definitely due one. We could even have two of them fairly close back to back. So yeah, it's not the best time to pull primals, but if you need them to complete this path, then yeah, there you go. Let's jump over into Photoshop. You can see I've got the whole thing here, and I've made out some paths so you can clearly see where to go. So the first and most complicated path, and then after that, it's pretty simple actually. The complicated one is getting the fragments for the fusion. So, bam, we've got a 3-step process. So, first up, we've got the yellow path, which is simple enough. Coming down here, and basically we want to go down this left-hand side. Whoops, excuse me. Don't do that. We want to go down the left-hand side here to get this key. We need one key. And then you can come down the middle and get the 25 fragments. If you're doing the Sanguine Maria fusion, unless you have pulled a copy of the epic, you definitely need 25 fragments from this path. There's 75 total. You can only skip 50 total. You need this 25 fragments to complete her fusion in 99%, even more, 99.5% of cases, let's be real. So, yeah, that's pretty that's cool. Now, luckily, it's not too expensive. In terms of the yellow path, it's only 18,250. So that's not bad. It's about 4 sacred shards. So it was 6 sacred shards in the summon rush that's just ended to get the epic fragments. So this is, a slight bit cheaper than that. Okay, cool, but we had to get them all. What about the further fragments? And that's where it certainly gets a lot more expensive. To get these other ones, we got to go through a whole lot more. So we got to go down this side, number 2. We got to go orange. We have to come and get the other key. We can then unlock this key. Now, it's 10,000 points for a 4-star basalt. It is expensive, but a 4-star basalt is pretty good. That's a very high demand resource at the moment, so it's not too bad. And then you can pick up one or both of these fragments. If you skip Summon Rush, you'll need to get one of them, and that's going to be pretty pricey. And I've also included number 3 here, 50 mythical crafting materials, which is pretty good as well. So that's definitely a decent thing you can get. The cost of these would be an additional 28,000 points to get all of orange for 46,000 total, or it would be 15,000 additional for 61,000 total to basically get everything that I've circled here. Obviously with orange for the 28,000 additional, the 46,250 total, you could remove 4,000 if you only, let's say you skip Summon Rush. You're doing 50 fragments from this path. You could skip 4,000, and I generally recommend going for it, though. I think it makes sense. The way that they've laid it out, because they've got the 2 sets of 25 fragments right here beside each other, I think either you did do Summon Rush for your 6 Sacreds or equivalent, just the weekend gone. You can grab the 25 fragments here, and then you can stop. You just do the yellow, and you skip everything else. Apart from maybe you go for the souls, depending. If you skip Summon Rush, so you need at least 50 fragments. I mean, if you're getting 50 fragments in this path, Is it really going to hurt you that much more to get another 4,000 points to get an additional 25 and then be able to skip like the next Dungeon Divers event or, skip an entire champion training event or something like that? I think you really want to get all of Orange, is my opinion. So you really want to get it all. It would be very strange to just get 25 fragments from Orange and skip the other 25. I don't see that being useful. I think the 50 mythicals is crafting materials is pretty good, and that's certainly worth going for as well if you're not going for the souls or whatnot. Now, for the souls, it's basically a mirror, but it's actually a very short path to the soul. There's really not much going on. There's no key blocking it, nothing else. Now, we still want to go pretty much the same route that we were going before. You see that it's overlapping with the yellow route very well over here on the left. Or again, you can mirror it to the the orange side. You can totally mirror this. It doesn't matter. This side is cheaper, right? Like the epic book's about the same. The key's far cheaper. This is a bit cheaper. It's just much cheaper to go down this way. There's better rewards over here for sure, but they are a good bit more expensive. So even if you're not planning to use the key, I would still go this way. Just get the cheaper route to the soul, because the soul is 50,000 points for Raphael. It is expensive. And for that total, it's going to be 60,750. And most of that so we might be saying, oh, wow, well, I mean, if I go yellow, I've made it most of the way there. You mean it's going to be a big discount? Not really. If you take away all the yellow stuff, it's still 57,500. It's still, most of the cost is really in the legendary bits and in the soul itself. So yeah, if you are going to go in and try to orange and try get the Raphael soul, you are looking at 100,000 points, which is an awful lot, and so on. So there we go. Bearing in mind, Dungeon Divers is running through this, and this event is on for almost 4 days. My recommendation would be, because I don't believe that there is any summon event overlapping with this, my recommendation is to wait. It's the 27th right now. It's possible that they could drop some sort of 15x event. I don't know, in a couple of days, still overlapping this. I think it would be pretty bad form to give a 15x or any sort of shard event during this Halloween path and have some of it have no shard event whatsoever. But my recommendation would be to be patient. Don't dive into summoning champions quite yet. Do your Dungeon Divers. Grind away. See how far you can get on the Dungeon Divers. You might as well save the shard pulling until the last day. There's no shard event to pressure you into doing it, and in fact, there's a small possibility. I don't know, do we hope it does happen or do we hope it doesn't happen? If we hope it does happen, it could be beneficial for us. If we hope that it doesn't happen, that's saying, well, I care more about the poor person who's going to come in and pull on day one and get screwed. So, good for me, but bad for everyone else. What do you want? Or do you want good for everyone else, but not as good for me? I leave it up to you. That's your ethical dilemma for the day. I'll leave you to decide what you want to see for a shard event or not during this path. But yeah, I would wait to summon the shards until the end in case there is an event. And also, why not? Just make sure you know exactly how many shards you need to pull, stockpile up a bit more, and yeah, there you go. You can also just think about it for a couple more days. So do I really want to get any of these souls or avatars or whatever? Do I want that? That's sort of up for you to decide. For me personally, I'll be honest, I am slightly tempted to pull a few primals. I'm kind of tempted to pull the primals and just build up that primal mercy. It's probably a terrible idea, but the efficiency of it, and primal shards, I don't know if I've ever bought a sacred shard. I've bought a few void shards, but not much. Primal shards are what I tend to spend money on for the videos because it's so infrequently, like twice a year, that we do a big primal shard opening. So that's where most of my expenditure in raid goes. We could pull some for this and see. I don't know. We'll see. I'll decide. I'm not in any rush. I can really think about it for a few days and decide, is that smart or is that stupid? We could see. But yeah, for me, I need 50 fragments. I skipped the summon rush, so I'm definitely doing this. And well, I'm definitely going to get the all of them. Then the question is going to be, would I chase a Raphael soul? Or do I do a bit extra? Try grab these 50 crafting materials? We'll see. For me, I'm leaning towards getting the 75 epic fragments and then picking up the crafting materials and skipping both of the souls. I didn't mention April Soul yet. I think it's fairly low value. It's certainly very strong for her. If you were to use her in Arena, a 5-star soul with the ability to upgrade to a 6-star on a speedy support like April is fantastic. So, for example, Fabian, Armand's 5 and 6-star souls for them, incredible value. April, in theory, is similar. The problem is that April's just not very good compared to Fabian or Armand's. So, I'm not too keen on this soul. If you are a Saudi oil baron, then absolutely get everything, obviously. Um, if all you've got is a bit of olive oil in the kitchen, I don't know. It's a tougher decision for sure. I'd be leaning towards skipping April Soul for sure. Raphael's is worth considering, and then obviously this middle path if you need the fusion. So there you go. Bear in mind, of course, we are expecting to have a probably summoning heroes path again for Leonardo, probably after the fusion ends. So basically, this weekend we would have it's going to be Champion Chase. The fusion be wrapping up then next week. I think then at the end of next week, so in ever about 10 days or so, we'll probably be looking towards Leonardo's path, is my guess, which is probably going to require lots of shards. And I think it's pretty high value to get the soul for him. So there you go. Lots to consider. Let me know what you're going to do. I think this hero's path is okay. Yeah, I think unfortunately that the 50 fragment getters are in a bit of a rough spot. If you're a 25 fragment getter, it's not too bad. If you're going for the souls, it's not too bad. If you're a 75 fragment getter, not the worst either. If you're a 50 fragment getter, you don't want 75, just want 50. Pretty rubbish. So you're probably going for the 75. Guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.